Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've ever just sat there staring at a blank screen, absolutely dreading the mountain of tedious paperwork standing between you and a completed filing, well, you are in the exact right place. Today, we're going to unpack a massive game changer, a methodology that literally promises to drastically slash your legal drafting time. We are talking about leveraging artificial intelligence to draft a highly technical legal document, specifically a criminal special leave petition, or SLP, in under 25 minutes. Let's get into it. So, by utilizing AI correctly, litigators can actually reduce their drafting workload by up to 90%. And no, that is not a typo. Just think about that for a second. It's a complete, fundamental shift in how legal professionals can spend their billable hours. You're moving away from that repetitive formatting and structure and pivoting toward higher-level, high-impact strategy. Which really leads us to the core question of today's explainer. What if you could draft a criminal SLP faster, with better accuracy, and just significantly less effort? We all know the drill. Legal drafting can be incredibly tedious, it's super prone to human error when we get fatigued, and it just eats up the clock. But by bringing AI in as a sort of superhero drafting assistant, we can actually solve that. So let's look at exactly how we pull this off. Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap for today. 1. The AI drafting revolution. 2. Framework and facts. 3. Formatting the petition. 4. Refining the draft. And 5. The human touch. Starting with Section 1. The AI drafting revolution, taking us from hours to under 25 minutes. Now, a quick reality check here. AI is insanely powerful, sure, but it's not magic, right? To make this actually work, you really only need two crucial ingredients. First, a foundational knowledge of how to draft a criminal SLP. I mean, you have to know what a good document looks like so you can guide the machine. And second, you need the exact right AI prompts. The prompts are basically the steering wheel. If you don't steer it correctly, the AI is going to drive you right off a cliff. So, to keep us on the road, we're going to follow a highly structured, sequential 5-step playbook. We'll apply this to a very specific scenario today, drafting a criminal slop against a high court order that refused anticipatory bail. These 5 steps, legal framework, case facts, format, synopsis, and dates, and refine, these are your blueprint. Let's break down step 1. Which brings us to section 2, framework and facts. This is where we set the stage for the AI. All right, so think of AI as a brilliant, but, completely uninformed assistant on their very first day. Before they can draft a single thing, we have to teach them the law. Step 1 is grounding the AI in legal reality. For this, the specific legal puzzle pieces we need to feed the machine are Article 136 of the Constitution of India and Order 22 of the Supreme Court rules. We have to tell the AI exactly what rules govern the document we're trying to create. And here's exactly how you do that. You just type a prompt like this into a tool like Claude.ai. I intend to file a criminal special leave petition under Article 136 of the Constitution of India. Criminal special leave petitions are filed as per Order 22 of the Supreme Court rules. Notice how incredibly direct this is? You're also setting expectations by adding, I will provide you with the facts of the case in the next prompt. You're basically training the AI to sit tight and wait for your next instruction. Which takes us seamlessly right into step 2, inputting those distinct case facts. Remember, our scenario is challenging a high court order refusing anticipatory bail. Your prompt here is, I will provide you the format of the petition in the next prompt. The facts of the case are as follows. And then you just paste in your clear, carefully written facts. Again, you are pacing the AI. You're telling it, hold your horses, the formatting is coming next. Moving on to section 3, formatting the petition, building the structure. Now, what's really interesting here is how simple the command actually gets once that groundwork is laid. For step 3, you take a ready-made SLP template that you already have on hand, and you just give it this prompt. Please draft the special leave petition in the following format. Boom. Because you already fed it the legal framework and the facts, giving it this template acts like a mold. The AI instantly generates an initial draft, literally pouring your specific facts right into your standard format. But as you might guess, the initial draft isn't perfect, which brings us to step 4. Often the AI will miss vital introductory components, so you have to explicitly force it to include them with this prompt. Add a synopsis and a detailed list of dates. The list of dates should be in tabular format. Both synopsis and list of dates should come before the main petition. Retain the rest of the draft of the special leave petition. This super precise instruction makes sure the AI doesn't accidentally overwrite the good work it just did, but simply prepends those missing sections. And this brilliantly illustrates exactly what we asked for. By explicitly requesting a tabular format in our prompt, the AI knows to output a really clean, readable table, instead of just a messy, rambling paragraph of chronologies. And honestly, this kind of formatting alone saves you immense amounts of time fighting with tables in a word processor. Entering section 4 now, refining the draft, the final AI output. So we have our main petition, we have our synopsis, and we have our tabular list of dates. Time for step 5, your final interaction with the AI. This is the command that brings the whole shebang together. The final prompt is, reproduce the entire draft as per the format and the earlier prompt. This basically commands the AI to assemble all those disjointed parts it just generated into one cohesive, continuous document. At this point, the AI's job is largely done. It's giving you the raw material in under 25 minutes. And finally, Section 5, the human touch, preparing for filing. Okay, I want to bring the narrative back to reality here for a second. While AI is blazingly fast at generating a draft, your human expertise, that remains completely non-negotiable before you file anything with the Supreme Court. The AI draft is the starting line, not the finish line. To bridge that gap, you absolutely must complete these essential manual tasks. First, proofread the entire draft comprehensively. AI can and will hallucinate or misinterpret facts. Second, manually add your specific annexures into the list of dates. Third, the AI's list of dates might be a little shallow, so you need to manually elaborate on it to ensure perfect accuracy. And lastly, you have to inject your own legal brilliance by adding relevant case precedents into the grounds of the petition. So the crucial point is this: you really need to view AI as a powerful support tool. It is absolutely not a replacement for a skilled litigator. AI makes the mechanical, tedious act of drafting faster and easier. It gets you past that terrifying blank page in minutes. But at the end of the day, it's your legal expertise, your strategic additions, and your careful review that ultimately makes that petition effective in court. So, with AI successfully handling 90% of the drafting busywork and condensing hours of formatting into literally less than 25 minutes, I want to leave you with this question to ponder. How are you going to use your saved time to elevate your legal practice? Will you take on more clients? Will you spend more time developing totally bulletproof legal arguments? Because the tech-empowered future of legal drafting isn't just about working faster. It's about freeing you up to practice better law. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and hey, happy drafting!